Here's a question that sounds simple but will mess with your head for a second. Why do most people who try harder actually end up quitting sooner? Think about it. The people who go all in on January 1st, new gym membership, new diet, new 5 a.m. wake-up time. Where are they by February? Gone. Meanwhile, the person who just showed up for 10 quiet minutes a day is still going a year later, and they're miles ahead. That's not a coincidence. It's a pattern. And once you understand why it happens, you'll never plan a goal the same way again. Section 1. The trap. Let's be honest about something first. You are not lazy. Lazy people don't lie awake thinking about the version of themselves they wish they were. Lazy people don't feel a pang of guilt every time they scroll past a workout video or a day in my life productivity post. If you feel that pang, that's not laziness. That's ambition with nowhere to go. So where does it go wrong? It goes wrong the moment you turn one goal into 10 goals and expect your brain to sprint through all of them starting tomorrow. Picture your brain like a phone with 12 apps open at once. It doesn't crash because the apps are bad. It crashes because there's too much running at the same time. Decision fatigue works the same way. Wake up at 5, cut sugar, read 20 pages, meditate, journal, run 3 miles. By Wednesday, your brain isn't rebelling because you're weak. It's rebelling because you handed it a system it was never built to run all at once. Section 2. A different way of thinking about growth. There's an old observation about bamboo that farmers have used for generations. Plant it, water it, and for the first few years, almost nothing happens above the soil. No visible height, no proof it's working. Then, once the roots are finally established underground, it can shoot up dramatically in a matter of weeks. Here's the part people miss. The bamboo wasn't doing nothing during those quiet years. It was building an underground root system strong enough to support everything that came after. The growth wasn't missing. It was just invisible. That's what real progress actually looks like. For a habit, a skill, a business, a body. The unglamorous stretch where nothing seems to be happening is not a warning sign that you're failing. It's the exact stage where the foundation gets built. Most people quit during the root stage because they're expecting the shoot. Section 3. The math that changes everything. Here's a number that should be taught in schools. If you improve at something by roughly 1% a day, and you keep that up consistently, the compounding effect means you end up dramatically, not slightly, dramatically, more capable within a year than someone who does nothing. This isn't a motivational exaggeration. It's just how compounding works. The same principle behind interest on a savings account. Small, steady inputs multiply on top of each other instead of just adding up. You've probably seen this play out somewhere without labeling it. A language app that only asks for 1 lesson a day. A savings account where you round up spare change automatically. None of these feel impressive in the moment. That's the whole point. They're not designed to impress you today. They're designed to compound quietly until one day the result is impossible to ignore. Section 4. How to actually do this. Okay, theory's nice. Here's the practical version. Step 1. Pick one lane, not 5. 1. The area of your life that, if it improved even slightly, would make everything else easier. Usually it's sleep, movement, or focus. Choose one and let the rest wait their turn. Step 2. Shrink the habit until it's almost laughably small. Not work out for an hour. Put your shoes by the door. Not read a book. Open it to page 1. The goal isn't the workout or the chapter. The goal is removing the friction of starting, because starting is where 90% of people get stuck, not finishing. Step 3. Attach it to something already automatic. You already brush your teeth every night. You already make coffee every morning. Hook your tiny habit onto one of those anchors instead of trying to create a brand new time slot out of thin air. Your day already has structure. Borrow it. Step 4. Track it somewhere visual. A calendar, a habit app, a sticky note with tally marks. Doesn't matter. What matters is seeing the chain grow. There's a reason this trick has been used by comedians writing daily jokes and by athletes logging daily reps for decades. Once you can see the streak, breaking it starts to feel like a real loss, not an abstract one. Step 5. Never miss twice. Missing once is just being human. Missing twice in a row is when a skip day quietly turns into a new habit, the habit of stopping. So the rule isn't never fail. The rule is never fail 2 days back to back. That single guardrail will save more goals than any amount of motivation ever will. Here's the honest truth. 5 years from now, you're going to be somewhere anyway. Time doesn't pause for you to feel ready. The only real choice is whether you spend those 5 years chasing dramatic, unsustainable bursts that collapse in a week, or quietly stacking 1% on top of 1%, mostly invisible, until one day it isn't invisible anymore. So don't ask, how do I change everything? Ask, what's the smallest version of this I could do today without skipping it? Then do that version tomorrow, and the day after. That's genuinely the whole strategy. Not motivation, not hacks, just showing up small, on purpose, over and over. What's the one habit you're going to shrink down and start today? Drop it below. Saying it out loud tends to make people actually follow through.